me that this game couldn't last for at least 24 hours before Sony decided to shut down the service and offer people refunds? You gotta be kidding me, man. Where's all these quote-unquote 70 million PlayStation 5 owners? I guess they didn't choose to buy the game. Because you know why? They were too busy playing Xbox games instead. GameStop, what another W.
First Dreamcast guy here, and today we're talking about PlayStation because it's been shut down. This is...
And y'all want Sony running the gaming industry?
Completely shocking to hear about, but...
How was it shocking? There was only like 500 players concurrently on the game. There was more people playing Gears of War on the Xbox 360, and that game came out 18 years ago. There was more people playing Doom 1 and Doom 2's multiplayer, and that game came out in 1993. Stop with the excuses. Sony can't handle the gaming industry anymore, and this is what people was trying to tell you.
Videos talking about the game. I played 80 hours of it.
I thought you said 70.
Oh, it's just so boring. I was trying to get the only platinum trophy. Well, now nobody will ever finish the game.
It's one of the most rarest platinums that you guys can achieve, man, because you know why? You can't play the game. It's the rarest platinum in gaming history.
Actually being taken offline. They're doing mass refunds. I want to talk about this.
And the funny thing is, all Sony had to do was push this game through their subscription service. Make the game free to play. There could have been other ways to salvage this game. There's no way that Sony should shut down this game completely just because of how bad the game did. Y'all want to talk about bleeding edge, but guess what? The online multiplayer still works. I can get about 8 friends and we all can still enjoy the game together. But you can't do that with PlayStation. I thought Microsoft shut down studios and games, and now we're looking at PlayStation doing the same exact thing, except the difference is Microsoft is downsizing, their companies, while Sony essentially downsized their company and shut it down because the games didn't do well. See, this is what people try to tell you. Sea of Thieves going to the PlayStation, it did well on Xbox. Hi-Fi Rush did well on Xbox. It did well on Steam. There's a huge difference in what Sony's doing in comparison to Microsoft. Yeah, they see it as another opportunity to make money, and you ponies are going to eat it up because Sony's not throwing out any games of any sort of competition. Because look at it. Look at Concord. The game died as soon as the game launched. That is pathetic.
Be honest, right up front, I'm kind of freaking out because this has got to be the biggest PlayStation L of all time. Literally hundreds of millions of dollars down the drain instantly.
And they could have actually salvaged it. I'm telling you, if Microsoft did a game like this game would still be active. It'd still have its online multiplayer because at the end of the day, they look at it the fact like, okay, it's just another game with the plethora of other Game Pass titles. Like I said, they could have did a Foam Stars. They didn't have to charge you guys for this game. They could have been like, okay, listen, we're going to refund everybody, but for the people that do want to play Concord, we'll push it through their PlayStation Plus subscription service. You guys are trying to tell me that wouldn't have worked? You guys are, so we have to see the game get completely shut down because of this? I'm not justifying this, man. At the end of the day, Sony was going to take their losses. So why shut down the game? Push it through the subscription service. It's not like people ain't paying for it already. Oh, well, people ain't going to use it. They're going to be playing Black Ops 6, which is a Microsoft-owned game. It doesn't matter. But for the people that want to go back and try it and play the games for themselves, they could have did that. But instead, Sony shut the studio or the game down completely to the point where nobody will ever experience this game anymore. Now, that to me is sickening.
And I gotta ask why, but let's get into it. Hi, hope you're having... I cannot remember a time this happened. I mean, it's happened here and there from something like The Calling 2 or some MMORPGs that were extremely...
But I didn't think it would happen with Sony. You know this man was crying before he decided to drop this video.
Expensive to make and ended up flopping, but I've never seen a game.
And this is why I tried to tell you that service and subscriptions is very important. This is why Microsoft don't care if there's like 1 million people going. They understand that Perfect Dark is not going to be a system seller, but for all the old school fans, they have something to look forward to, even though people might not play it. But as long as you're paying that $20 a month for Game Pass Ultimate, Microsoft don't care. The casuals get what they want, including the hardcore. And this is why I tried to explain to you guys as to why this service and subscription that Microsoft's doing is beneficial to gamers. Because for the people that went out there and paid $60 for Concord, they could have continued to still play it with their friends as long as Sony pushed it through their subscription service. But since Sony want to put, all their eggs in one basket and sell their games to ponies that don't allegedly buy them like they claim, look what happened. Now you got the game completely shut down in the first day.
From a first-party company like this, it's baffling because it didn't even last a month. The total sales of this are rumored to be about 25,000.
Lies. I guarantee they're not even 25,000, more like 2,500. And I can guarantee you Sony's out here fabricating the sales of this game, bro. And I thought you guys said that this was the top 43 game on PlayStation. Because if that's the case, then you guys ain't gaming.
$100 million spent to make the most bland shooter of all time for 25,000 sales. This is insane, but let me read the statement here.
Embarrassing.
Okay, while many qualities of the experience managed to resonate with players, we recognize that other aspects, specifically a hero shooter, especially a bland hero shooter that's trying to mimic Guardians of the Galaxy's
I'd say more like Overwatch, but okay.
Quirkiness, that should have been free, at the very least, to get people.
Yeah, it should have been free, or it should have been pushed no different than Foam Stars. But even that failed too, guys. Like I said, man, you maybe Sony should have pushed something with Xbox. Maybe this should have been one of their games that they actually decided to drop on Xbox. Not saying that it would have fundamentally changed anything, but they could have pushed it through Game Pass Ultimate. We might have seen more success than what we see now. And this is why I tried to tell you guys, exclusives don't matter. The concept of an exclusive is done. So for all you people that want to hold on to the fact that we're playing these games first, who cares? Because at the end of the day, these games are going to be ported anywhere. Let's go.
Enticed, do some sort of thing where, like, I don't know, 2 heroes a week are free and then $40 and you unlock everybody. They should have done something.
But even then, it still pales in comparison to Paladins and Overwatch. It still pales in comparison to games that are already out there. On top of the fact that those games are free.
Besides, the only way to play is to pay. But look at this.
Well, that's according to PlayStation fanboys, but y'all didn't want to play or pay for this game.
We have determined the best path ahead. Concord sales will cease immediately, and we will begin to offer a full refund for all gamers who have purchased the game on PS5 or PC. If you purchase the game from PlayStation, from the PlayStation Store or PlayStation Direct, a refund will issue back for your original payment method. Customers who purchased from other digital storefronts.
What about the people that bought I don't know if there's a physical copy, but what about the people that bought physical copies to these games? I mean, you had Xvolt Gaming buying 3 copies of this. I mean, come on, bro. Like, you guys, this is the biggest L that Sony has ever took.
Will also be refunded. More information.
Well, I guess that's what you get for worrying about Xbox.
About Steam refunds can be found below. Now, this is bonkers. Here, I want to refresh this to see some of the replies. It's one of those times where Sony executives just thought of Overwatch money or Diablo money or just the Blizzard Games as a Service stuff and said, oh, we need that, and bought it instantly, because this seems like...
And this is the problem with gaming. This is why I tried to tell you guys that physical media is done. EA already explained it to you. Single-player games are dead. Companies want a game where they can continue to make concurrent money. Yes, I think a company appreciates you paying $70, but the problem that stems from the fact that they cannot appeal to a small minority of gamers anymore. Like, I've already touched up on this in another previous video. Like, a Dino Crisis selling 1 to 2 million back in the days would have been fine because the budget would have been lower. But you selling a game, well, obviously way less than that, 1 to 2 million people just isn't feasible no more because the budgets of the games have gotten higher. So yeah, they used to get away with the PlayStation 1 and 2. Yes, because the budgets of these games was lower. So it made sense. So they could be happy with their little 1 million or 2 million sales. That would be considered a greatest hit. But nowadays, that's not, because for all the people paying $60, $70, they need more of those people because the budget has gotten higher. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say? You guys are acting like PlayStation 5 is putting the same budget into their games like they did with the PlayStation 1. Oh, Blasto sold for 500,000. That did well. Yes, because the budget. I knew this was going to be a problem with gaming going fast forward. And you people, think about what I'm about to say right now. And you people have faith in a PlayStation 6? You have faith in a PlayStation 7? You still think consoles are going to exist in the same fashion that you remembered? When you can't even come up with a game with $100 million to the point where you got to shut the game down? Say what you want about Bleeding Edge, but the game is still online.
Like Concord, but now, having had a chance to play 80 hours of it almost, oh, God help me, the game is something that didn't deserve to succeed, but I never imagined it would flop in 2 weeks. There was a guy...
It flop as soon as they hit launch, as soon as they shipped this into departments, it was already a flop.
Was playing with a couple weeks ago.
As soon as the game was on trucks being dropped off at your favorite retailer, it flopped. As soon as the driver got in with all those Concord games in the back, it flopped. As soon as the guy put the games onto the truck, that's when Concord flopped. As soon as they were manufacturing the disc, the game flopped. As soon as they came up with the idea, the game flopped. What do you people don't understand, man? This game flopped you guys want to talk about 8 years of development? This game flopped 8 different times on 8 different occasions. When they decided to put the logo of the game, it flopped. When they decided to do the wallpaper and the commercials, it flopped. It has flopped. It's flopped way before the game even hit store shelves.
It was Red
Come
Rum.
On, man.
Red Rum, if you happen to see this video, you said you watch all my videos. I got a chance to talk to him. Extremely nice guy, and he and I played a couple matches of this. And he said, yeah, the game is rough around the edges. Yeah, it's not great, but it's a good Zen experience. I'm going to keep playing it. I'm going to keep my headset on. I'm going to keep making friends in Concord.
Well, good luck to that.
And hopefully I can platinum it before the game gets shut down. That was like 3 days ago, maybe like 5 days ago. It's weird that this game got down to 54 concurrent players just this last weekend. The gaming space is becoming incredibly crowded. As I record this...
No, because this game could have did decently. I'm not saying it would have overtook Overwatch, but like I said, free-to-play could have helped it. On top of the fact they could have pushed it through their subscription service through PlayStation Plus. They could have did that. They could have did it no different than they did Foam Stars, but I've noticed an ongoing trend here. You people that pay for Plus don't pay for exclusive games. That's the problem. You don't pay to play. People pay on Xbox to play Gears of War online, even though it is stupid that we pay for online. But they pay to play that Gears. They pay to play that Halo. They pay to play these games. The problem is your games ain't worth paying for, and the ones that people are paying for, they're paying to play FIFA. They're paying to play Call of Duty. They're paying subscription to play Grand Theft Auto. Nobody's paying for a PlayStation membership to play their own games. That's what you ponies don't understand. So when you sit there and talk about how we're stealing Xbox games, well, understand this. You're stealing the integrity of Sony's own platform. I told you, Microsoft has called it. Everything is an Xbox. And as you guys can see, the PS5 has become one. Like I said, the more games that Microsoft ports to PlayStation, the more and more we're going to see of this.
Right before I started doing this video, I was editing my review for Space Marine 2.
And that's why y'all like, for an Xbox dude, well, I'm just a gamer, right? You know, should I do one of these? I'm just a gamer. So at the end of the day, the more and more Microsoft ports more of their demanding games on PS5, the less and less you're going to hear from Sony. They are destroying Sony from the inside out. And y'all like, well, Microsoft has stuff. Yes, Call of Duty, bro. All these games are owned by Microsoft. Overwatch. All these games. Diablo even that you brought up. Think about it for a moment. That's why Microsoft don't care, man. It's like a ticking time bomb. And Sony, they're on their last legs, man. I don't care how many hardware sales you think you guys have that you want to brag amongst the gaming community, but it's not helping. Apparently, it ain't helping selling this game. and then help sell this game. You guys were too busy playing Sea of Thieves.
Working on a big video for Astrobot. But my point is the fact that as the industry continues to expand
and evolve, you have to evolve with the program. And that's the problem. And this is why us gamers are telling you that Sony is out of date. They're outdated. Their strategies is dated. Okay? Microsoft evolved with the gaming community, and it's about time PlayStation is trying to, but it's about time they fully realize it. Because at this point, there ain't gonna be no such thing as a PlayStation if this continues to go on.
More investors, more studios, more ideas, more...
It doesn't matter. See, you're not understanding, bro. This was a new idea. This was a new studio. Well, you guys want to argue the fact it's a game. It doesn't matter. People didn't want to play it because they're comfortable with what they like. Call of Duty, these games have been established for over 20, 30 plus years. People are comfortable playing those games. Nobody cares. If Sony decided to make another game called Hookah Dookum Shop, nobody gonna play it. They not looking forward to these games, man. Your PS5 ain't nothing but a third-party box, man, and I told you this.
Just craziness. I feel like we're going to see more high-budget failures.
Well, mostly from Sony. On the Xbox, all their games are succeeding.
I find this to be so bizarre because...
And this is also a point that I brought up before. Microsoft will be the only company that will be able to provide AAA gaming without having these type of flops.
Back in the day, if you had a game...
Oh, here we go with this back in the day. Back in the days when things was more inexpensive.
With good enough graphics or a good gameplay loop or even an incredibly good story... it would find a way to succeed, but not...
Yes, because gaming has gotten more expensive, you big dummy. A company can't rely off 200, 300,000 sales anymore, especially with the budgets being so high. I've already brought this up in the video. You guys know. Come on, man. Get with the program. Oh, back in the days, it was... Bro, back in the days, games was getting overshadowed too back then. You know, when Capcom was doing their survival horror games... people just stuck to what they know. They didn't go out there and expand their horizon talking about, I want to play Parasite Eve. What's this? This is Carrier? Oh, what's this? They stuck to what they know. And it's been like this since the beginning. Even back then, only the adamant gamer like myself went out there, oh, what's this? Silent Hill? Oh, other Alone in the Dark. Only real gamers did that. And that wasn't a lot of them because people didn't have the money to do that. You feel me? As a child, I was lucky to have my father going out there buying these games for me. People weren't doing that back then, especially with the lack of knowledge people had because gaming was still very much new to people, right? You people don't understand, man. Like this has been a problem that has been going on ever since gaming has been created.
Now, you can dump all the money you want down the hole, and it's still going to never float up. I don't know what I'm even saying.
Well, you can say that for Sony, but not Microsoft.
The point is Concord failed. This is insane. Concord, biggest, literally the biggest Sony failure ever. But I'm glad to be getting that refund, I'll be honest.
Yeah, of course you're glad to get that refund, man. You hear this, dude? I'm glad to get that refund, man.
I bought that Ultimate Edition for $60. I also think I bought a friend a copy for $40.
Hey, now he gonna ask his friend for the other 40. Hey, man, I heard you got that refund on that game. On that game. What you talking about? What you talking about? I'm gonna need my $40, man. What you talking about, man? I still got it. The servers are still up. No, man. Listen, bro. I bought you the game, man. You know what I mean? I got you the card. You got the game, man. I need my $40. You ain't playing it. I got it. Look, the application say it right there. Look, bro, you click on the game, it ain't gonna work, man. Give me my $40. Now he got to fight with his friend about getting his
$40. And I put that. So I would think I'm also going to get refunded for that because a gift.
He taking his friend's game. You bought that game for your friend, man, and he taking it from him. Well, you can't play it, man. Rents due. You know what I'm saying? I need my $40, man. This man, what?
Did that, I think. So I'm going to get $100 back.
See that? Look at that. He laughing at his friend. It's like he was waiting for this game to fail. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get my $100 back, man. Look at that. He taking some friend you are, taking your games away from him.
Thank you for watching the
Unbelievable, man. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And like I said, take care. Peace out.